So I have a very simple analysis of this whole Speaker of the House deal yesterday and the repercussions and on and on and on and on. And that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. So the headline is a big victory for the Democratic Party. That's the headline. Because the Democrats, once again, have showed cohesion. They stick together no matter what. And that's the message of the day. And I hope every day when you get up, you go to BillO'Reilly.com and read the message. It's free. It's all of that. So when you have a party that's just not going to deviate, that really doesn't have any intention of cooperating with the other party, that's the Republican Party, and vice versa to some extent, you have power. And I was on a Hannity broadcast radio show today, and I said that this stems from Nancy Pelosi, because Pelosi, when she was Speaker, basically said to all of the House members who were Democrats, if you don't follow what I say, you're not getting a dime for your reelection campaign from the political action committees that I control. That was it. All right. You went against Nancy. You got no money. So they all stepped into line, which they did yesterday. Nobody voted for Speaker McCarthy to retain his position on the Democratic side, which was crazy because McCarthy was trying to broker a consensus in some cases. All right. Democrats threw him over the side, and 8 Republicans did as well, as you know. So the Republican Party looks weaker than the Democrats to the people watching, the independent people. Now, one of the reasons is there is no leader of the Republican Party, as I said yesterday. Donald Trump's not a leader of the Republican Party. He's not even a Republican. I mean, he's running on a Republican ticket, but he's a populist, and he has embraced traditional tenets. The MAGA people are traditional conservatives, so he gives them what they expect, and they're loyal to him. But he doesn't know the history of the Republican Party. He doesn't know all of that. He's not ingrained in that. And when I hear Trump Speaker of the House, I go, oh, come on. Look, if Donald Trump were to say, look, I'd like to be Speaker of the House, there'd have to be a vote in the House to make that happen. Every Republican would have to vote for Donald Trump, and every Republican would not. They wouldn't. There are House members on the GOP side that don't like Trump. So Trump would get humiliated. He's not going to put himself up for that vote, ever. He doesn't want the job anyway. So when I hear this, I just go, I don't want to be arrogant, supercilious, but I go, they just don't know anything. Anyway, the 8 Republicans who voted to oust McCarthy are conservative people, and they want to stop government spending. That's noble. Okay, no government spending wildly out of control because the Democratic Party buys votes. Everybody knows that. And they're not going to stop. But at this point in history, there's no way the Republicans can do anything about it. Yeah, you could pass legislation in the House to stop spending, cut spending by 30, 40%. But guess who's going to veto it? Guess who's going to veto it? Does the name Joe Biden mean anything to you? It's not happening. The only way it could happen is in 13 months for the American people to give Republicans power in both houses of Congress and the presidency. Then the Republicans would cut. But to, put a symbolic bill up that like Matt Gaetz wants to do, and the House would pass it by 1 or 2 votes, okay. But then what? Nothing.